Hi, my name is Goodkind, and I'm a good and kind person. And yes, Goodkind is really my last name. But if you play me a game of chess, I am a mean kind of person. A couple of days ago, I played in a mechanics Tuesday night online tournament, and I'm going to share one of the games that I played. I had the black pieces, and my opponent was Kansaga. If you've been watching my videos, I played Kansaga last week. So thanks Kansaga. This game. It was the second time playing him. Okay, Kansaga. He moved the knight to f3, and then I responded with pawn to d5. It's important to get a pawn in the center. And then Kansaga moved the pawn to c4. He wants me to take it, but I don't want to, and I decided to go c6. The purpose is if the pawn takes my pawn on d5, then I can take it back with the c6 pawn. Because you have to remember the pawn, the center is really, really important. I move bishop to g4, and then he moves knight to e5. I have to be really careful because now my bishop is being attacked, and then I decided to go back with h5. He moves the pawn to g3. The idea is to get this bishop to g3. He wants to infinite shadow the bishop. To infinite shadow the bishop, that means you're getting the bishop on this long diagonal. Oops. Let's try that again. Okay, so going back, it's my turn. So I go knight to d7. Of course, I'm trying to get the knights and bishops out. I don't really like the knight there, so I decided to challenge. He decided to take it, and of course I take it back with the queen. Because if I took it back with the king, then I won't be able to castle. He goes there, and then I go here. So I'm doing okay. He castles. I get my knight out, and then he goes there. So notice that I'm getting the knights and bishops out, and then he goes here. So he finished shadowed his other bishop too. I believe, due to my own experience, most people don't finish shadow both bishops. I actually know one other person who's finished shadow both bishops, but some people do finish shadow both bishops, but I don't think it's that common. So this is just very interesting. Everybody has their own personal preference, and for me, is I don't really finish shadow my bishops. I might do it like from time to time, but generally I don't finish shadow my bishops. So again, this is just another way you can develop your bishops, and you have to be careful because these bishops are on long diagonals. So what happened was, okay, sorry. So after that, I go e5. I'm just getting another pawn in the center. He moves knight to d2, and then I castle. So again, have you noticed that we've gotten all the knights and bishops out? Really, really important. Do that every single game. Okay, knight goes to f3. If you notice, the knight and bishop are attacking the pawn on e5. So I move the rook over the f rook to e8 to protect this pawn. I don't want to lose the e5 pawn. Now I've got two pieces protecting the e5 pawn, the bishop and the rook. Rook goes to c8, and then I move the rook over, the other rook over to c8. Okay, he decides to attack, And I was debating like what to do, and I was thinking about moving it up. I was also thinking about taking it. The computer says that moving it up is the best, but um, I decided to take it, and I think this is okay. Okay, now what I ended up doing is I went there. I wanted to get my queen off the same line as this queen, so that's why I moved the queen to e7. Rook goes here. I go here. I really liked rook c d8 because now the rook is on the same line as white's queen, so that's actually really, really good. Queen goes to c2, and I take the knight. The reason why I took the knight is because I wanted my bishop. I wanted I wanted my bishop to get to d4. But if the knight was still there, then like if you notice, the knight and the bishop, both pieces are attacking this pawn, and if I move this bishop, then he would be able to capture my pawn on e5. That's why I decided to take the knight. Then I went here, and now it's like, okay, I'm gonna go after the d4 square. It goes there, I go here. He trades rooks, and then I go here. The d4 square is mine. And then I submit it. It's like, this is mine. Bishop goes here. I didn't want this bishop to go to h6, so that's why I went king to g6, so the bishop can't go to h6. I was thinking that he would go queen to d3 and maybe go to h6, but he didn't do that. So he goes there. I go here. I wanted to trade things off, and now he's trying to attack me. The computer is saying that I should go h6. I think the reason why is to stop the attack, but I didn't do that. So I go here. I offer a rook trade, and then of course like I take it, and then I go here. It's like, this is trade. Pawn takes. I take it, and then I take it back. So we're in an endgame right now. Pawn goes to f3, and then if you notice right now, my knight has no like good squares to go to. I mean, if the knight goes to h5, what is it doing? Not really doing anything. My knight goes here, that's not safe. If I go here, that's not safe. Where does my knight want to go? Oh, that outpost. The knight wants to go to d4. So that's why I go knight to d7, and I'm starting a journey where the knight is going to go to d7. There's a couple ways I can get to d4 by the f6 square. I can go g6, e7, c6, and d4. I decided to go this route with knight to d7. Sorry about that. Where are we right now? Oh yeah. Okay. So I went knight to d7, and the king is going toward the center. My bishop is fine. I go here. I'm still going to d4. I go here. And then now he wants to trade. And the Twitch commentators, they did not like this move. If you realize, The bishop on d1 is really, really bad, and the bishop on d2 is actually quite good. You don't want to trade like a good bishop for my good bishop. I decided to trade, and now my knight is on d3, and now my knight is really, really powerful, and he has a really bad bishop. So he shouldn't have traded bishops. He shouldn't offer a bishop trade. Okay, so he decides to try to attack me. Of course, I'm not going to go ahead and take it. If I took it, then he would take it back, and he would be able to try to get a passed pawn. I didn't want to take it, so that's why I went f6. Idea is if pawn takes pawn on e5, then my f6 pawn would take the pawn back on e5. Pawn takes, then I would take it back. This pawn cannot move, and then he goes g4. And now what I'm going to do is the king, it becomes a fighting piece. So I go king to h6. It's time for the king to get involved. King goes to d3. I'm just moving my king. King to g5. He goes king to a3. Then I go here. It's time to just fight. He goes here. He's trying to like stop my king from like breaking in. I go king to h3. Then he goes there. Well, I can go to g3, and that's what I do. And I'm really happy about my position because I think I'm going to go after the g5 pawn. He moves the pawn to g4, and of course the pawn on g5 is a target, so I go knight to e5. It's like I want to eat the g5 pawn. He goes a6. I'm not really too worried about that. I simply just take the pawn. And then he goes to b4. Of course, I don't want to take it because if I take it, then he would take it back with the a pawn. And then after he moves the c and b pawn a couple times, he could try to get a passed pawn. I don't want him to get a passed pawn. So that's why I go b6. If pawn takes pawn on c5, then I take it back with the b6 pawn. And also notice that my pawns are in dark squares, so this bishop can never take these pawns. So he goes there. It doesn't really matter. I move knight to h6, and now my plan is to get this pawn, the g6 pawn, to a queen. Move it up. Move it up. I don't care. Wow, could I have taken this? No, I think I could have taken the pawn, but I didn't. Okay, I move pawn, and then of course, like he took it, I have to take it back. Bishop goes there, and then now it's for me to get the queen's pawn. I go here, and now my knight, it's controlling the f3 square. Bishop goes here, he's trying to stop me. And then I go here. And I'm happy about my position. He goes there. Time to move the pawn. He goes here. I couldn't have moved the pawn to g2. Bishop would take it, but I go king to g1 to attack the bishop. He goes there, and then I move the pawn up. I really like how my knight is controlling the f3 square. Bishop goes there, and then now it's like time to get a pass pawn. Or time to get a queen. King goes there, but it's too late. I get a queen. And that's when he resigned. I hope that you enjoyed watching this game analysis. And if you like watching me, please subscribe to my channel. And I upload a video every day, so please come back tomorrow. And let me know what you think about let me know what you think about this game. Comment below. And again, I'm here to inspire more women and girls to play chess, so that's why I started this channel. And also, please check out chessbylauren.com. Okay, see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.